On my father's birthday, my nephew stared at me and said, "Grandma told me you're not really part of the family." Everyone burst into laughter. I forced a smile. That night, I locked his tuition account. By 8:55 a.m., my sister had called me 22 times. When I finally picked up, she yelled, "You're cruel." My nephew, Tyler, has always had some kind of problem with me. I've never understood why, but he's shown it in countless small ways. Snarky remarks, pretending I don't exist when I enter a room. He's 17 now, old enough to know better, but too wrapped up in himself to care, and still, for some reason, irritated by my presence. It was my dad's 50th birthday, a milestone. He'd been planning it for months. Backyard setup, rented tents, a taco truck in the driveway, a playlist blasting Springsteen and Queen, the full suburban celebration. I drove from Boston the night before, booked a hotel, though I could have stayed at my parents' house. I've lived in the city for nearly 15 years, built a solid career in finance, dodged a marriage that would have been a mistake, and quietly covered more family expenses than I'd like to count. But that's the thing, they always treat me like plain old John. The guy with no kids, the one who works too hard, the one they seem to forget about unless they need something. I've paid off medical bills, chipped in for down payments, and even funded Tyler's private high school tuition for the past 2 years. Not once has he said thank you. At the party, Tyler showed up in designer sneakers I knew he didn't buy, standing by my sister, Marlene, like he was gracing us with his presence. I didn't even get a greeting from either of them when it happened. We were all gathering for a photo by the fire pit. I joined the group and Tyler turned, gave me a once-over and said it in a casual tone. "Grandma says you're not really one of us." Just like that, clear, loud, no pause. The laughter came instantly, not nervous but real hearty laughter. My cousin let out a snort, someone clapped. My mom stayed silent. My dad raised an eyebrow and grinned. I stood there smiling like it didn't sting, but it hit me hard. I left the party early, didn't say goodbye. Back at the hotel, I grabbed a drink from the lobby bar, went to my room, opened my laptop, and accessed the education account I'd set up for Tyler. It held enough to cover another 1.5 years at his pricey private school. I froze it in 3 clicks. No heads up, no note, just done. By 8:55 the next morning, Marlene had called 22 times. I ignored them. At 10:12, I answered. She didn't bother with hello. "You're cruel. What kind of person punishes a kid for being honest?" I said one thing before hanging up. "Tell Grandma I appreciate the clarity." By noon, my mom texted, "We need to talk. What you did to Tyler was uncalled for." I didn't reply. Then my dad texted, "Call your mom." I didn't. That evening, I sat in my apartment with a drink, staring out the window as messages kept coming. But I was already done with them. The truth was out. I knew my place. They laughed. All of them laughed. So let's see how funny it is when the tuition bills pile up without my help. By Monday morning, the consequences started rolling in. I woke to 27 missed calls, 22 from Marlene, the rest from my parents. There was also a 9-minute voicemail from my sister, which I didn't play until later that night. I knew the pattern already: anger, then guilt, then some plea about how I was destroying Tyler's future over a job. This is shot video. To watch the full story, click on the link below.